Alright, sharing screen.
Oh wait, if you share screen, I don't even need to.
Yeah, I don't need to have door open. Alright, so do you see it?
Mm-hmm. But am I not gonna be behind? I guess it doesn't matter. So I could just sync
No,
out
no,
as well.
there's no delay. Like, Skype is the best method.
Alright.
Like, yeah, alright, so I mean, first of all, I'd like to quickly go over the picks. So, yeah, definitely a really good Night Stalker game, obviously. Good against Coral, I mean, obvious reasons, but very nice against Sniper. Because, yeah, he relies so much on positioning and not getting jumped. And yeah, if you have superior vision, it's pretty easy to jump him. On the other hand, you know, if he has like good support, like people backing him up, then he does actually provide a lot of vision himself, which is kind of good against Night Stalker, I guess. Not just from shrapnels, but especially when he ults you, it's one of the few spells that gives the same vision that the target has. So if he ults you, the enemy team gets like the full night vision while he's like loading up the shot. I don't know if he actually did that, but
I don't think he did that on purpose.
but yeah, like that's one way to go about it. And I mean, Lina is kind of comparable to Sniper. She's faster, of course, but for the most part, like yeah, hero that deals a lot of damage from range. And it's actually pretty good against Nyx too, because like the silence really wrecks him. But yeah, with that being said, you do need like Night Stalker himself doesn't really offer any significant damage or actual team fights. Like he just enables it, enables the positioning and like seeing and picking your target and stuff like that, but doesn't actually bring any of that himself. So
yeah, I kind of need your allies to do stuff too.
so yeah, and with that being said, like you have okay, like not the worst team fight on your team. Like I mean, you have the boat, Necro ulti, like you have a couple ways to jump people. You have even like the X mark is obviously not too effective against Jugger, who will usually be frontlining. But then you have the threat of like the Lion Jump and the Reaper Sight, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean you have an anti-mage, so anti-mage lineup in general plays a specific way. I think anti-mage and Night Stalker on the same team like already was a bit because like AM wants a slow game, Night Stalker kind of wants to snowball or like pressure the enemy team. So from there, like it's the synergy is not there that much, but yeah, still like it's definitely like not a like one-sided pick for either side, I would say. So yeah.
What else would you have picked too? Because like he was the first pick, Night Stalker, so I almost saw all of their heroes except for I think their last pick was Sniper or something.
Yeah. So if you saw these four heroes except the Sniper, you picked an offlane, right?
No, it was mid actually, because
Mid.
Necro wanted to go offlane.
Necro offlane, okay. So mid hero against Lina. Yeah, like Lina's. Wait, was Lina mid or?
Yeah, it was Lina mid.
Okay. Yeah, I mean
It was offlane snipe.
Lina's very strong laner, so that already kind of limits your options a little bit. Yeah, it's not a bad pick because again, like yeah, you see that you have an anti-mage carry, you have a necro offlane. You cannot pick a hero that needs to farm. So and from that perspective, it's not bad. Yeah, like int hero's not good against Nyx. Yeah, and like knowing your lane then and stuff, that's probably one of the better picks you could have gone for. I don't know. You definitely needed something like that, like a tanky hero that kind of runs in and offers some
Maybe
early game presence.
it would make more sense for me to get like I don't know, like a Bristol back or something where I can actually do shit, kind of.
Well, Bristle, kinda, but they have pretty good heroes against Bristle, like two natural Siraj carriers. Even Jugger can get it. Like they have Koro Mana Leak, they have Nyx and like between Nyx and Koro and Sniper, it's so easy to kite Bristle for them. So yeah, I'm not sure Bristle would have been much better. Anyway, let's see how the game actually went. So this is like pretty generic start for. I didn't actually get pulled anything. But yeah, I mean, you definitely need a PMS. Melee hero against ranged hero, you need PMS basically, like 90% of cases. It is worth getting a Quitting Blade as well though. And like there are different variations. Like yeah, you can start with the PMS, then you get Quitting Blade on the courier a bit later. Some people also do this where they, especially on Ember, I've seen it a lot. I've seen Mid1 do it. He gets some games Stout Shield, Slipper of Agility, Quitting Blade, and then like he's less tanky, but thanks to Quitting Blade, he's able to like secure first.
More farm quicker.
Yeah, like the first few last hits, and then he quickly ferries out the poor man shield, like the second Slipper. Yeah, so far.
I'm like missing so many last hits.
Preserve ahead and CS, yeah. I mean that's in part due to the Quitting Blade thing because like you have 69 damage, CS 69 as well, so sure you're melee, but it's not that big of an advantage considering she also has nukes and stuff. So and yeah, here you're like kind of zoned already because
yeah, I can't really.
And that's where like the boots are not. They don't really do that much for
Not
him.
doing much, I guess.
Yeah, I mean okay, here you actually get a kill because of
Just like on
tanked so much. I don't know.
clarity. Yeah.
Wait, he actually tanked the creeps a lot. He was like pretty healthy. Okay, just range creep just hit him like 10 times. And he just died. And then use a stun. Alright, anyway. Whatever, I mean the lane is like not too important here, like you're a melee hero against Lina, you're not gonna like do well on the lane, that's normal, that's how it should be. The big thing is like the first night time, obviously for any Night Stalker, first night time is very important, but especially if you're a mid-night Stalker, it's like very specific and you need to make a lot of stuff happen in the first night. Like if you get 0 kills in the first night time, even if you didn't die, like that's quite bad because I mean that's like your hero's biggest strength, one of your biggest timings. So I mean already
I think
like
I tried to go. Oh no, I didn't.
for example like I mean, it's 440, so like you run like the nighttime hits, you stay mid a bit, then you run to base, buy items and shit, regen, and then TP out. Like you know when the night is, right? So that's a move that you can run to base before nighttime hits. So when it is actually night, you're already ready to like make something happen. Anyway, it still works out because it supports gank. And now, so you instantly pop the ult because yeah, it's gonna cool down before. I guess that's fine. It's gonna cool
Can
down.
I waste my time top?
Nah, but it's not a time waste though. Like it's good. Like you are supposed to be active. Like you don't wanna just sit back. And like your job in this game is to make sure anti-mage is space to farm. So if you like, it's not really about like I know I said about getting kills and stuff, but it's not entirely about that. Like if there's no clear opportunity for a kill, that doesn't mean you should just sit back, right? Like you should still run somewhere and make something happen because like that's how you force the enemies to react to you, and like, that's, or at the very least you scout them. Like even just running here, getting impaled, and
Yeah,
like
you
running
know
away.
the position at least.
Like you scout them at least, and yeah, that's safety for your anti-mage. So here you push out the lane, which is fine to do, but like it was not fine to use the void. I guess yeah, okay, you're gonna shrine. That's fine, but yeah. So here you run to the courier. I'm going for earn. So this is where like it will be a good moment to tell, if you look at your supports like your Kunkka and your Lion, they're both level 4, and
Yeah,
they would love
They should take my
to
lane,
get
yes.
their level 6, yeah, and that's what you should tell them to do that, and you can just go for some moves. Anyway, it works out again, like you killed Lina at the time, them coming. So I don't know, like, alright, first night time you're 3-0, can't say it was like bad. Could have maybe, yeah, like when I mentioned, been a bit quicker, a bit more efficient. But yeah, like it worked out in the end. So now, next move is like, you wanna have your phase boost and your urn, which is kind of your core. And you have 4 minutes of daytime, and here it's like very.
It's kind of the same as last time. I'm like,
Yeah.
should have back like 30 seconds earlier.
So I mean, this ult is like kind of a big waste because, like, that's your one scary thing about you during this second daytime is that okay, you have the ult ready. So even though it's day, they're like, yeah, okay, it's day. They're like, Midnight Stalker can't do anything, but like they know you have your ult at least. So that's like some kind of pressure you're applying. Like they should be scared to like go for dives or ganks or whatever because they know that you can pop your ult and you're gonna be there and actually do something. But by using it just like this, again, like what you actually do in the alteration is you ran back to base and you TP back to mid. So and now your ult is down. So you didn't really like do anything with the ult, basically.
What should I have just like kept the ult or like try to like I don't know gang bot maybe sniper is an easy kill kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, like you keep it, but like there's just no reason to use the ult to run to base. Like if you're gonna run to base, just run to base. Like yeah, it's you save like what 5-10 seconds with the ult, but well, what's the point in saving them? Because like now your ult is on cooldown, so like what are you actually gonna be able to do with your ult? And okay, anyway, just look for me. Let's see. I think Necro died again. Oh, Kunka. Who's gonna kill? I mean, it is like it's not going bad. It's just you could be like applying a lot more pressure and just like you have to play around. Think more about like the nighttime and your ult and when you're actually strong, when you actually want to do stuff. Like so far your supports are doing a really good job because like you have like 4 kills, but
Yeah,
pretty much all 4 of them are your supports ganking mid and then you get the kill. So yeah, this is trying again. Right, so now it's nighttime. By the way, let's just go back a little bit. Let's see when your ult became ready. So yeah, it's like when your ult is ready, it's about 30 seconds till night. That's another thing you keep track of. And then it's really worth it to just pop it right now because when it ends, it's gonna be night. So essentially, like you let the night start a bit earlier, and like this early into the game, there's no like significant value of actually using your ult during the night. Like, I mean, you can do it anyway.
Yeah, except reducing vision a bit,
but yeah. Like,
oh wait, no, it doesn't do anything.
No, it like reduces their vision. Yeah, so like it's not bad, but it's not like a big impact. Like in the late game fights, when anyone has like a lot of items and stuff, then it actually matters a lot. Like there's also a lot of wards that you're reducing the vision of. But like early game, it's not the biggest deal. So if there's ever a time where you can like chain your ult into the actual nighttime, you should just do it.
Money to burn.
So yeah, then you decide to go for street ags, and yeah, this is kind of a thing where like you gotta think about what does the ags actually allow you to do that you can't already do. I mean, it's
Well,
not.
in my mind, it was just like make sure they can't really like leave their base, like with limiting the cutoff effect and.
That's true. I mean, no, like the cut effect doesn't have much to do with the axe, though. It's like, or if you mean like being able to jump him, like okay. But
yeah, like it's rarely day, so you get very little benefit. I don't know.
But the thing is, like, okay, so 30 minutes in, you're like halfway to the axe. I don't know, like we can check when you actually get it. I mean, I imagine like I don't know, 7-18 minutes or something. So you get it at 90 minutes, okay, more or less there. But at 90 minutes, your anti-mage just Battle Fury Vlads and Brown Boots. So he's not ready to fight at 19 minutes. And Axe doesn't really like accelerate his farm either. So yeah, like you said, the main benefit of the Axe is, for example, being able to jump the Koro or jump the Sniper. But if your AM has no items, then they're not going to be like cool and your team is actually going to jump them. If not the AM, right? So because when you have like Phase Boots, Axe, Urn, you're not really like a big threat. I mean, yeah, you have levels because you were mid, but it's not like you can run into your team and like just kill someone. Like, yeah.
Yeah, true.
You're basically a utility hero, so So yeah, like I mean these moves are good. Smoke. It's just this is all happening like eggs or no eggs. I mean that's okay, that's so. Okay, going for these ancients is like extremely greedy. I mean it's a small thing, but like you do take I don't know like 200 damage from those ancients, and they have just enough damage to kill. Like that's a level 1 assassinate. 320 damage, like you have 200 HP. It's
yeah. If I
it's just
run
enough
up to a
damage.
better position.
So yeah, like imagine, like right now you're at 1 HP,
Yeah. Sure.
and then one he goes on you, you're at like 900 or 850. So yeah, you lose like 100 or 200 HP. But if instead of doing that, you run like this way and you earn up, instantly you're gonna be full HP and there's like 0 chance of you dying, even if they use like all the ults on you. There's just no way. So
Yeah,
I mean that's like a small play. It's not so much about like exactly
it's
where
more like you also waste kind of the purpose of the and stuff.
Yeah. It's more like your mindset shouldn't be like when you get this kill, you shouldn't think like okay now I need to keep my farm up. You should think like okay no, where is the next enemy hero gonna come from? Like your job is to like scout to
Yeah, how they're gonna react and what they're gonna be.
and again like this maybe it wouldn't be the case if you went for a different, but like if you go like I don't know, I'm not saying it's good, but like a Midas or I mean, Midas is like very debatable. But okay, let's say you go like armlet, you go the right click kind of build, and you go armlet. But then you could have a bit of a different mindset because you're like, alright, I don't mind farming a little because like yeah, you get a fast armlet, you can snowball and stuff. But yeah, if you're like going for this Axe Rush, you're committing to the utility role. Then yeah, you're definitely gonna be farming that. But again, it's just your main timing, like the way you do anything in this game is when AM is ready. So before that, like you can't really make use of the X. That's just how I see it.
Yeah, like getting one item before would have probably been the thing. Would I go like armlet to like, make sure you not keep ahead, or like Midas? Because Midas is kind of like greedy where you don't do that much with it.
Depends, like, yeah, both are not bad. They're kind of different. Like, with Armlet, you can actually go for these dives and, like, be tanker, obviously, you get even solo kills in the Koro and stuff. And yeah, just survive a lot more. Midas is more like, by getting Midas, you kind of fully commit, I think, to the utility stuff, which means that you're basically never going to be hitting creeps. Like, that's the strength of Midas. Like, you can stop hitting creeps entirely and you still keep up with items. Thanks to the Midas effect, so it's but it's greedier for sure, and yeah, I wouldn't say like that's the right choice when you have a AM on your team. But yeah, I think like Armlet could have been quite nice, and yeah, the other thing like with Armlet, then you'd like take the strength talent, and even in this case, I feel like yeah you. But I want to go for the strength because you already have like Kunkka Lion to catch people. You have AM who's eventually gonna be jumping people, and like your job really is to just to tank. Like you don't wanna like yeah your main job is utility, but if your utility also just kind of sits back, and that's like your mid hero, like that it just doesn't do enough. Like you cannot really go for that kind of role when you're.
Yeah, you kind of want to be able to get in.
Like it's not a big thing. Like yeah, Silent Strength is like 140 HP, but again, just like kind of the mindset of you want to become a frontliner basically, and that's like a frontliner is obviously like a utility hero that gives vision, and frontlines is way more valuable than like this Night Stalker that gives vision. Kind of just sits back. Like that's basically what a support Night Stalker is, and in that case, yeah, you kind of have to do that because if you're support, you're not gonna have the scaling and the item timings in order to be tanky enough to frontline. But if you're mid, you are, so no.
Yeah.
So here, like, again, like, your AM
Yeah,
is...
this is just major panic here.
I mean, how the fight went is like, there's not that much you could have done differently, but just this is basically the same area you died last hour, right? Like your previous death was in the exact same spot and kind of the same way. So already here, like you see a sniper here. I don't know if, I guess you didn't see the Lina. Yeah, she was in this. Then you see Nick's Jugger. They're like sprinting towards your Kunkka, like they even TP. So they definitely know what's up. I mean, let's go Dire. And like they have the sword. I mean that should be kind of obvious if they're running at you like that. And like I mean, first of all, you guys were smoked, I believe, or not? So they even had this word, yeah. So first you go to place a deep ward, but you're not smoked. So like that's already like almost impossible to work with.
In the first place. Like we give away our positions, they will probably find our out.
Just generally, like if you want to get a deep ward, you have to smoke. That's basically how it works. The only time you don't have to smoke is if you're able to actually push into that kind of position, but like for that you need to be really far ahead. So if you're going for a deep ward, first of all you need to be smoked. Then so you're not smoked, so enemies like start TPing and stuff. And again, I'm gonna freeze frame here, like. So you see the sniper backing off from you. You could think, okay, maybe it was just farming, but so you see the Jugger running in here.
Yeah, I don't think I saw the Jug actually.
Okay, even that, like that's like not.
I mean, I should have seen him. I know.
That even that's like not too late yet. Like okay, you see now the sniper running towards you. You see the Nyx and the Jug very clearly now. So from here, right here, if I pause, like there is no positive scenario like of this fight. Like there's no way that this fight is gonna work. Your Necro has no ult.
Yeah, they have the shot.
Lion has no blink. It's gonna take him like 10 seconds to even reach. And between you and Kunkka, you have nowhere near enough burst to kill anyone. Yeah. So already here, you should just realize, okay, they saw us, we fucked up, let's get out. And like, yeah, you can just sprint right out because I mean these guys took a weird path. Like you pop phase woods and you run like this. You literally just click your forest and you're fine. And yeah, maybe your Kunkka probably dies, but it's not the end of the world. Like,
yeah,
it's just a Kunkka.
Yeah.
But then try to help him. You could still escape here. Like now you even see all 5 heroes. Like first it was just Sniper, Jugger, Nyx. It was already enough reason to get out. Now you see Koro and Lina as well. Now even more reason to get out. But still kind of like go in and try to do something. And yeah, like just extra kills. So what could have been just a Kunkka death ends up being 4 kills.
All this.
And yeah, AM gets the tower. But I mean the big thing here is that even if it was just Kunkka dying, AM would still get the tower because they still rotated. Like
yeah,
what you were hoping to accomplish is like create space basically, you know, by forcing him to go there. Like you accomplished that already, and you see that you accomplished it because you see all those heroes. And after that, there's like nothing that makes you want to stay there because you reached your goal. So basically, yeah, staying was just giving them kills for no reason.
But I feel like I should watch my minimap more because somehow when I see the Necro going in, I'm like, okay, like we had Lion nearby as well. Maybe I can pot, and I just don't really process things fast enough. So,
I mean, especially when you're Night Stalker with Ags, like that's kind of the whole point of your hero, right? Is like to look at the minimap and like I don't play it often, but like I remember like times that I played NS with Ags, you kind of like stop even looking at your screen at some point, especially when you're moving around enemy woods and you expect to see enemies. Like you don't really look at your screen, you just look at the minimap, because by seeing like where the enemy heroes pop up, like that's the more valuable information than so for example, if like you're running in this area, right, you're running in here and you look at your minimap, if you see enemies pop up like on this side, then you know like okay, they probably either like they don't see you coming and they're scared, or they do see you coming but they're still scared because they're not all there. The moment you see heroes coming like behind you, then you know first of all 100% they know you're there, and not only that, but they're confident in actually fighting you, which means that they're probably all there, like, or at least enough heroes to actually win the fight. And like the moment you see that is like the moment you get out. You didn't actually have a gem, so not the biggest loss, but that's the next point where if you do go for this axe, like it's really important to also have a gem, because like you saw here, you have this axe, but there's no vision
maybe
advantage.
I should have waited to...
I mean, someone should buy it, like ideally not you, but like at some point it doesn't matter. But like you didn't have a vision advantage here because you didn't see enemies until it was kind of late. I mean, it wasn't too late, but it reacted a bit slow. But the point is they saw you first because they had ward here and here. So like the whole point of your hero, the whole point of the axe and stuff is kind of gone because they just see you on the wards. So then, like, where is actually the vision advantage? It's like the one big thing.
I think I need a gem and I started farming Zamshans, but
yeah.
I don't know. I guess it was kind of stupid to go, like, to start like going into the side of the map without getting it first, or at least smoking, like you said.
And as for the anti-mage, like, again, it's here when you want to play around, and like ideally he would also tell you his item timings and farming and stuff, but like let's be real, most anti-mage players won't have enough awareness to do that. So what you really like want to do is that you keep track of his items basically, and it's pretty simple for him. Like when he has Manta, he's ready to fight. Like that's basically it. Before Manta, like aim is not gonna join any fights because it just doesn't do anything. So with that in mind, like every move you make should be like, yeah, just basically thinking about that. Like, yeah, if there are 5 enemies, we have to run because we cannot fight them 4v5, and it will be 4v5 because AM is still farming because he has no Manta yet. So yeah, this fight, go back a little bit. I was kind of missed how it started, but so Jugger's hitting this tower, right, and Kunkka is like thinking, yeah, I'm gonna set him up, do spin. He forgets that he can just get omnisaged. He's going way too. I mean, he has Edelyn's X. He didn't have to be that close. So you guys go in after the Kunkka dies. You get the Jugger kill. That's great. You get the Nyx kill. Stuns you because of the orange charge. Yeah. So, oh yeah, then Lion Blinks in gets. So you're already going back here, which, you know, I kind of agree. Like, you got the Jugger kill, you got the Nyx kill, like, you can be happy with that. Use your ults and stuff, so no reason to re-chase that much more. But yeah, okay, so you got the Koro kill zone, no one dies. Pretty good fight, all things considered. You know, like, Kunkka initiated kind of weirdly. So, Shrine up, it's your ult night. I think it's daytime, right, after your ult ends. So, now you have the gem, yeah, you scout out. Another big thing is, when you do pick up the gem, you want to make sure you have a Quinning Blade, because like this is the whole point is the D-ward, right?
Well, you can fly now.
Yeah, actually, okay, you can fly. I guess. Yeah, you're right. Maybe it's not that big of a necessity, but still, it's like, you know, why not have a Quinning Blade? Like you have backpack, you have a slot, so you save your flying, you know, in case you need to escape. Like just be a bit safer. Yeah, so you get at least 1 D-ward, and now 2 minutes until night, mostly want to farm. Gets picked off. AM, still no Manta, he's getting close to it though. Right, support set up a kill, that's great. Lion actually, yeah, has a blink. So, okay, yeah, you pop ult, you want to get this tower, there's no Jugger, it's a pretty good call. This is where AM actually does something, even though he has no Manta, he's able to just hit the tower. Get the backup. Now here already is looking pretty weird because your Necro is nowhere nearby. And I'm saying this like, I'm trying to say it now because I don't know how the fight goes. Like, I could be wrong, maybe you wiped him here, I don't know what happens. But I'll tell you, like, from my point of view here, like, this is a really weird fight to take because Jugger is respawning at 10. He will be here because you're fighting right next to their base. Your Necro is nowhere close with 0 chance of actually getting there in time. Your AM still has no Manta. And, okay, like, Bolt is coming off cooldown, Finger is coming off cooldown. So you kinda, like, yeah, you nuke the Lina and you go back. And it's fine to do, like, a bit of a poke, but the dangerous thing about, like, this play is that it can bait your team into thinking that you wanna go. Like, maybe you're thinking, oh yeah, this is a bad fight, I'm just gonna use this nuke to like bait some spells maybe and run away. But your team might not know that, and they might feel like, oh, Night Stalker's going in, we have to follow up. So, I mean, okay, let's see what actually happens. So M goes in, doesn't quite get the kill. Okay, he gets it eventually, some spells are missed. Lina survives. Kunkka escapes. I get sniper kill as well. Jugger is chasing Kunkka all the way here. Alright, so kind of a weird like way the fight goes, and in the end it's not bad, but like decision wise it was not a
yeah, I was like, I kind of almost baited my team into killing like
yeah. But anyway, so it works out. Now AM finally gets the Manta. It's not even like, that's the thing. If you look at his score, like, he's 416, he has close to 10 creeps per minute, and it's still 28 minute Manta. Like, that's, or 20, yeah, 27, 28. Like, if your hero is like not really able to do anything before 28 minutes, like that just shows like why like no one is really picking AM in this patch, because it's just so slow. And yeah, like the guy hasn't even been playing that bad, but it definitely needs to be a lot faster. Like, it is possible to get like these items by 23 or so.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I said, this is like in ranked, so it's around 4.5k. You have no idea whether people are like low 4k or like high 5k.
No. Anyway, so you're going Roche. I mean, this is, you have Jim. It's still very risky though, because like Lina can actually, like, the thing is you have big vision, but the gem is not that big, so
yeah, she can get close kind
like
of.
Lina can, and you actually don't see a single hero on the map. Like, you only saw the Jugger here, but really easy for Lina to just Shadow Blade in. Your gem range is here, so you're gonna see her here, but she can already Yule you like 1 millisecond later, so you get Yule, you get stunned, and if there's follow up you're dead.
Yeah, like I should have a BKB right now.
That's like, yeah, super unnecessary risk. It's good to not be in the pit. Like, yeah, you want to scout the enemies, but there's no reason to be that far away and like, yeah. Anyway, they don't kill you, so get the Roche now. Yeah, now you're like in a pretty good position to actually pressure the map. Like, top is pushing in, mid is pushing in. You wanna, like, ideally you wanna push in bottom as well, because then you like, when you have all 3 lanes pushed in, then you can actually start choking. Okay, so you draw the line. It's a good call. M gets the DD. You get some D wards. And yeah, the moment you see Lina top is like, you realize the enemies are probably going like full turtle mode. They're not gonna be defending this. Yeah, you even see the Jugger farming. And this is where you should play really aggressive, and not in this direction, but rather in, because like Coral just blasts here. I mean, it's an early blast, but you want to basically make sure that you move in as your creeps are arriving. You want to move in here and make sure that, like, first of all, they're not able to jump, and Coral is not even able to get close to blast. Like, this is again where the value of your axe kicks in. Just, yeah. Anyway, now you do it. And, the tower. So here, like, we're definitely in a position to force high ground. Bit of a strange start to the fight. Him loses his...
I'm not, yeah, like, this is like, I'm not sure how we go high ground against Night Stalker at all, so, like, we have to commit to kill someone, but...
Yeah, you basically have to kill the Coral and or the Sniper. I mean, you have a decent gold lead, and like, item-wise, the Sniper is really poor. But yeah, Lina obviously does a lot. But the big problem here is that everyone's just kind of sitting around, like Lion, for example.
But like, I can click heroes here, but I can't do anything else in terms of like utility. And if I guess that's when I should like have BKB or Armlet and get into people's face to make space. And
again, like, your items are not too bad to do that with, but let's just like again look at this moment. So you go on the snipe, like already here. I mean, AM's move is a bit weird, so maybe team isn't ready for it, but the big mistake is that AM is like hitting the jugger, and then 3 enemies are just kind of like shooting at AM or casting spells, or like 4 enemies sitting in the back. And all of you are kind of just sitting there and like letting them do it. So I mean, like, yeah, you go and nuke that guy. But here already you should like right here in this moment, you have to start like sprinting towards those guys, because and like ideally Lion would also jump, but his blink is getting cancelled. But yeah, you don't have the silence, but you have it soon. But it's more like you have 2k HP, you have 20 armor. They're not gonna kill you, or like if they even there's any way they kill you, like they need to use like soul pretty much every single spell and then like spend 5 seconds hitting you and stuff. Basically, if they kill you, they'll die. Like that's kind of the thing. And especially like if they start going on you, that means AM survives and is free to do whatever he wants. But by just kind of like sitting here, you just let them focus AM, and they're like they have nothing to be afraid of. There's like no other threat. Nyx is able to just walk in. Like for example, if you run here, like you see the Nyx, you slow him down or something, and he doesn't get the stun off on AM, stuff like that. It's just again like you're taking the role of this essentially support Night Stalker who sits back instead of like being a bit of a frontliner. And then when you do run in is when the moment AM blinks out.
Yeah.
So he blinks out, and that's when you go like it's basically the opposite of what should be happening. So now you're the only one in the base, and AM should like go in while they're focusing you. And he does, but kind of late. And yeah, meanwhile I don't know what the fuck Kunkka is doing, but almost kills them all. Wow, it's you get the Lina. But yeah, like you lose some heroes, and so again it's like just a small thing in the fight, but just like being aware of also how your team is pushing. So yeah, again, like if you run in here, yeah, there's a chance you die in the exact same way, but at least then like your Lion, your Kunkka, your Necro will also be going in.
Yeah,
killing them all.
I get it, I guess. I think I didn't want to commit early on because I didn't want to lose the jump, and then
Yeah.
like he respawns, I see Necro going BKB in, and I'm like, and yeah, that's it. And then it's super fucked up.
And I mean, the gem is a valid point, because yeah, if by being like the role of frontliner automatically means there's a pretty decent likelihood of you dying, and obviously don't want to lose the gem. So what you could do is like before you even think about approaching high ground, you just drop the gem or you put it in a courier, or you give it to Lion or some shit, like someone who probably won't die.
Oh yeah, that's actually would have been pretty good. Just have the core nearby.
And it's because like the gem is not that useful on the actual high ground, right? Like it's about getting map control, dewarding around the map, but once you actually start sieging, like you don't necessarily need the gem. So yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Anyway, not so yeah, like, but that was the first stages, kind of like your big timing, and they basically defended. So from here, it's probably gonna get harder and harder.
It goes downhill for sure.
Because yeah, like late game objectively, like they have better heroes. Like your AM is still ahead, but he cannot like stay far ahead enough to actually outcarry all of them. And like we mentioned, you're as a mid Night Stalker, you have a definite peak timing where if you don't close out the game, it gets really hard. Yeah, I mean like the other talents are fine. Like obviously, yeah, you do go for the damage attack speed because you're core. Anyway, it's not like the game is not salvageable from here. Just need to.
I'll take that as tribute.
Yeah, all big issue is that there's no gem this time. So like these wars are, they weren't actually scouting you because it's nighttime. But so you guys got the jugger. Set up a nice pickoff. It's good, but there's still 240 minutes until night, so not really any good way of you going high ground. Level 3 ult, it's like it's okay to use it every time it's off cooldown, because only 30 seconds without night basically. So you get another pick off, and now you guys are setting up to go high ground top. Bottom is a bit pushed in, but Thing is, like, this is you cannot. There's no way you get anything here. You just deal some damage maybe, but like, yeah, the darkness is expiring, and obviously when it's down, you have to get out because there's no way you push in daylight.
Yeah, I'm not sure if
And
sitting
then
there so long.
some attempted initiations. And again, like, it's something that the team should realize, but when you're that hero, like, you can take the responsibility to let your team know, like, all your times, like, let them know, like, alright guys, night is running out in 10 seconds, get out.
Yeah, like,
wait.
I think I ping bot and I'm like, go bot and push it or whatever. But it takes so long. We spent like 30 seconds where they could have jumped us during the day.
Yeah. So AM going PKP next.
And that's just like me not respecting Yule. And this time I actually do bait my team.
Yeah, so kinda similar to that previous moment where I was mentioning, where AM actually was there, but Necro wasn't, but AM didn't have items. This time it's just that AM isn't there. Like, the moment you see, so you ping bottom and AM TP is there. So you're aware that AM left. And not only did he leave, but he TPs in vision of the creeps, which means enemies do see that TP. I mean, let's look at their perspective to see if anyone actually checked. It's doubtful, but even if they didn't move their camera there, like, they'll realize on the minimap. Okay, I mean, it's kind of hard to see. Like, none of them seem to have checked or like moved their camera there, but they definitely see on the minimap, so they know AM is not there. So if you like run in here without the carry, you're basically initiating a 4v. It's 4v4 because Nyx is dead, but it's also,
Yeah, like.
yeah. And AM is like the majority of your damage. Like, these heroes, Kunkka, Lion, Night Stalker, they're low damage heroes. They offer a lot of stuff, you know, a lot of utility, disable and stuff, but they don't actually bring the damage. So without AM you can't do much. Now AM actually joins the fight, that's after Necro died, and Lion died, so you're dead, so AM is kinda like already on his own. Might escape, but no, it doesn't. So again, like, what will be the better play here if you look at now than real night time is hitting? So you stay around this area. Like, you shouldn't all run bottom to the AM, obviously, because then you kind of like forfeit your aggressive position. But you also shouldn't run into them. Like, again, your strength is the fact that you have the Night Stalker X vision, so play around it. Like, they should never be able to catch you. If you stay in this area, like, you kind of box them in. AM is able to push this out with like 0 risk because he sees all the enemies. And then when this lane reaches here, then you have again all 3 lanes pushed in, and that's again like the situation you want to create where it's easiest to go high ground. Or at least poke and like out farm them and like box them in, all that stuff. So yeah, like another fight. Yeah, so it's not only like a team wipe, but they get some towers now. This is where you like start losing a bit of map control, even though you have Night Stalkers. Actually, I mean, the fact you had tier 1 up at like 35 minutes shows show that you were like doing really well, like pretty far ahead. Because basically that was the first time the enemies like crossed the river in I don't know how many minutes.
'Tis mine.
And they can only do that if you guys get wrecked in a team fight. So now you guys are kind of looking to do the same thing. Actually messed up his timing. I'm gonna go back a little bit. So, a bit of an issue here is that you're farming these camps. When, like, I mean, for example, you're seeing this shrapnel and lightning. Like, you know, snipers there. If you move here, you will be able to see him. You'll be able to see here. You'll be able to. Like, you shouldn't be farming camps like at this stage because your job is to scout them. Like, you're not even post an item or anything like that. So Like by farming a camp, you're not in the ideal scouting position. Basically, that's.
Yeah, I guess.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I was kind of spooked too, like, because they have the Eel and they have Gem and Nick, so.
Yeah. I mean, you were like kind of moving around with your whole team here though. Like you were here and AM is here, for example. Like that should almost never be like. You pretty much always want to try to, before the fight starts, the way you should be positioned is that you're between both teams, so that you're the first one of your
like,
team, so you
edge.
see the furthest. Yeah. And then when you go bottom, like, so you kill him here. Lina was pushing out, but you see her tipping out, so obviously she tips out. So you go bottom, like Kunkka's already on the lane, AM is going to get the next wave, so there's no reason for you to run like all the way down here because like through the lane, because any farming this camp is like slows down a bit, so whatever. But like running down into the lane now, there's absolutely no reason for that. Even like showing on the creep, I don't know if the creep showed you or not, but like your team is already gonna move here, they're already gonna push it out. AM is already TP'd out, like you're not gonna find anyone in this area of the map, so there's absolutely no reason for you to be scouting this. What you should be scouting is like this area, because this is where you're gonna move soon, and that's where you want to see what's going on. Like. Basically, you like need a bit of a like mindset adjustment when you're playing NS. Like what your job is. Okay, like now you're moving correctly because yeah, you wanna scout ahead. So it's basically like the same push you were doing earlier. Difference is like, yeah, AM has BKB this time, but no Aegis. Jugger is dead for like 10 more seconds, but so if you're gonna make this play, like jumping them while Jugger was still dead, like exactly on this creep wave, would be a pretty decent option. Like you have vision of the Coral, so you're able to jump him. You have vision of the Sniper, and Jugger is dead for 15. Like sure, Jugger could have buyback, but he doesn't even want to use it. Late and yeah, it's really deep, but you have BKB, so essentially there's like no real way for him to punish it. Sniper does have a Shadow Blade though, so.
But like I know, as a Night Stalker here, like I don't have BKB. I'll just get what's
Yeah.
it called?
Yulden.
Manalikt and Royul or like Sharpnel.
yeah.
Like I'm not gonna reach them. Like if I go.
Okay,
I'll
I mean
probably
then
just-
that's, if you definitely need a BKB to do what you're supposed to do in fights, then probably should get it before the Heaven's Halberd.
Yeah,
'cause even
yeah,
though-
for sure I should have. Like,
Halberd is quite nice, but yeah, it's not that big of an impact. And even like Sniper, even though he's a right clicker, a lot of his damage is actually magical. You know, Shrapnel magical, Maelstrom magical, yeah, and the result is magical. So, but yeah, this is where it gets hard because, like for pubs, what they have to do is like a lot more simple and easier to execute, which is basically like hit you as you're trying to hit the tower. What you guys have to do is like have a coordinated jump, because you cannot slow siege. Like the only way you actually do something here is if you jump them, and in order to jump them you need coordination, you need to kind of like jump at the same time and stuff, and yeah, that's really hard to pull off. So now you just lost the night time. Try to initiate on Jugger, get saved. Aim is just dead, and yeah, from here it's like. So for me, like the big thing is, like yeah, eventually you have a fight and you guys just get wrecked because it's daytime, and also like the jump wasn't great, and they were 5 years alive. And then if you go back a little bit in this moment, so imagine you had the fight here. Like sure, it's risky. Sure, there's still a chance that you get wiped, and lose the game. But objectively, like your chances are way better because like first Jugger is dead, so it's 5v4. It's still nighttime for a little bit, so you see all the enemies. You have and you have like a clear opening to actually jump them. Like you can see everyone, and like your team will be ready with their BKBs and stuff. But you don't make this jump, and then when you do initiate, again, like, yeah, it's daytime, so it just goes disaster, so but it's also not like you can just sit back and farm, though, because you kind of, like, lineup-wise, yeah, you kind of want to finish the game soon, so. He actually got bashed while he was banking, that's pretty unlucky. So yeah, like, after this failed fight, I mean, the game's kind of over here. Again, like, talk about lineups. Like, it's not even that much about the gold, because yeah, 60 to 64 is not the biggest difference. That's like less than 10%, but it kind of missed your big timing. Like, even AM, like going for a BKB, that's not an item you usually want to get on AM. It's not an item you want to get early on AM either. And if he does go BKB, he kind of wants to finish somewhat soon with it. And yeah, if you lose the fight with the 10-second BKB on AM, then
I mean, the timing would have been good if I had like a BKB instead of Halberd, so like, he might have worked a lot better.
It's not just about that though, because okay, maybe if you have a BKB, you can be the one jumping, but the idea it's not you jumping, it's like the Lion and AM, because they are the instant disables. You don't have like a hard stun, but
Yeah, but I mean, it's like I mean, I guess I could like lead more, but
yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, the point is, okay, maybe you're aware of it or you were aware of it, but it's also about like how confident you feel in that like idea. Because if you, like, let's say now I'm telling you, so you agree, but like, let's say if you thought of that way during the game, and you realize that, all right, this is the moment where if you want to win the game, you have to jump them right now, because nighttime is ending, because Jugger is spawning, stuff like that. So if you realize that, and you realize that like in time, so like a little like 10 seconds in advance, you let your team know, alright guys, we have to jump them right now, in 10 seconds I'm gonna scout, if you see the Koro and or the sniper, just go. And if you say like that, and then you run in, even if you don't have a BKB, then at least your team should be prepared, and of course, like maybe they're gonna ignore you, or like not listen and not jump or whatever, and then you're gonna still lose, but
no, but I'm not even sure how, like, you know, I could tell like clearly like Lion, you gotta follow AM and go for like sniper or quick kill. It doesn't have to be that much, like, I mean, there's no point writing a lot of texts, but
yeah, just say like we have to jump them right now, basically, and that's hope for the best from there. But like, at least then you try a play, and it would still feel a lot better if you go for that jump, and then I don't know, like maybe the AM forgets to use his BKB, or like Lion misses all his spells, so you guys still get wrecked and lose the game. But at least
we tried.
At least you tried. Like, at least you made the right decision to jump there. But instead, what happened was that you just kind of missed the opportunity. You fought when it was daytime, when they were 5 alive, and yeah. So I guess that's it for this game.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess. How long was that? You wanna do another one, or that's good enough? You know?
Not sure how long it actually took. Yeah, so I mean, that was about an hour. It took us like some time to.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like maybe not the game with the most.
It's not a bad game though. Like, there were definitely some. It's like, it's a bit specific. That's for sure. Like, Night Stalker, you don't play like all these points that I was making. Like, I wouldn't make them with other heroes, because that's not how you play other heroes. But Night Stalker is a very specific hero, so yeah.
But you can have like kind of similar situation with like a Nyx, or like, I don't know, like some kind of scout.
Oh yeah, some kind of yeah. Nyx is a good example. Maybe what else? I mean, that's the thing. Like, usually those heroes aren't mid heroes, so that's also what kind of. And it's the reason you don't see that often on like running those heroes mid, because it does put you on a bit of a timer. Nyx mid is a bit different, because I would say he scales a little bit better, in the sense that like with the Ags, his presence is pretty big, and but yeah, it's quite similar, and this was not a bad game to go for it again, because you had Necro AM, so you did need, like, those are pretty greedy, like, farm heavy heroes, and you did need a mid that's gonna fill that role of actually making stuff happen. So in that sense, the pick was good. But yeah, just some like several fights. I don't know, like 3, 4, 5 fights where before the fight even starts.
Before that, like the running around like under the watts.
Yeah, like the laning stuff and the not being efficient with the first few night times, like that's not the biggest deal. Like it's important
I guess
as well.
it's not what really like wins the games or lose the game, but it helps like getting better timings on items and efficiency and like.
Exactly, like it is for sure important, but it's not the game deciding thing. And like the game deciding stuff are basically those fights where just initiating fights 4v5 and stuff like that, where and it just like you also should think about it a bit from the enemy perspective. Like they don't have all this information, they don't have all the vision, they don't have like the freedom to just go on someone because they don't see anyone. Like they're blind the whole time because of like that's what Night Stalker does. So the only thing they can do is kind of like sit around and wait for you to run into them or for you to start the fight, and then they react. So basically, you choose when to start a fight, and if you're the one choosing, then why would you ever choose to take a bad fight, right? Or like a 4v5 fight?
Yeah, for sure.
That's kind of what it boils down to. So.
Yeah, okay.
Alright.
I think it was good too for most of the. Like, obviously, if I rewatch, like, there is some mistakes. It's probably easy to avoid some others that, like, will take a longer time to fix, but. Alright.
Alright. Oh, I didn't see some stream comments, so.
Chat keeps bugging for me though.
Someone suggesting that. Pretty sure the build for this game was Midas, Solar, Axe. Yeah, so he is like advocating for the Midas. Again, like you talk about, it does have its strengths and definitely be pretty decent. Phase earn into Midas seems okay. Although, again, like the time that Midas really pays off, I think, is a little bit later than your timing was because I can go back to the game. Again, your timing was like basically when, but if AM picks up a BKB like this, like that's the timing. Like when he buys his BKB, you're basically saying that we kind of want to win a game, and or at the very least get like 1 or 2 lanes of racks within like 5 minutes of getting this BKB. And if that doesn't happen, then the game is kind of lost. So by 40 minutes, I don't know if the Midas would really have paid off that much, because you could have Midas Solar Axe by 40 minutes, but I don't know if the Midas itself would have changed that much. But I would say like the big thing is probably just getting maybe earlier BKB so you can fulfill that frontliner option and roll. And maybe different item instead of the halberds. I think Armlet Ags BKB could have been also pretty good build. I don't think there was like very big value in the Solar Crest particularly. It's like nice to tank up your AM, but like offensively there's not that much use for it because like the only hero that actually benefits from like offensive Solar Crest is AM, and
I guess you could say armor burst like for the picks off early on. Which,
not like casual medallion. Yeah, I can definitely see that. That's pretty nice. Like Lil when he plays position 4 Night Stalker, I see him get medallion pretty often, and that's like really good because increases your solo kill potential massively. Like you find a Koro like phase boost
if
medallion.
you have armlet and casual medallion, maybe that'd be like.
Yeah, then at that point you can even like kill the Lina and stuff solo with that much damage. But yeah. So that's not bad either. Like you get a casual medallion, then you maybe like armlet medallion, Ags, then finish Solar Crest, or BKB and then finish Solar Crest, something like that.
I mean just BKB after Ags,
something like
Especially like I can just run in per BKB and like my Lion will probably follow if I actually does commit in.
Yeah.
I mean it obviously like in a team with people where you actually talk to them on TeamSpeak might be different.
Yeah, because that Coromanic is really... Yeah. Alright, well...
Okay. Thank you.
I guess that's it for this one. Hope it was useful. Yeah, I'll just message you about maybe there's something you have to do on this site. Not sure though. I have to check. But yeah, I'll message you about it later.
Okay.
Alright.
That works.
Well,
Later, Cyan.
yep, see ya.
Thanks.
Alright guys, I'm gonna be doing some solo queue now.